Well, hey, all you Kansas City Chiefs fans. We're going to talk today about long division of polynomials. So you can see here, and maybe you don't even know what that means, or maybe you remember long division from elementary school. But we're going to take a look at that. So by the end of today, you're going to be able to do something that looks like this. You're going to be able to divide these polynomials. Right? So let's look at a little remembering of elementary school long division. Here we're taking the number 23,498 and we're dividing it by 32. Okay, and so if you don't remember how to do this, pause the video, take a look at what's been done here. Just a brief reminder. We're going to look at how often does 3 go into, say, 23? Well, 7 times, all right? And 32 times 7 is what we're going to take. 32 times 7 is 224. And then we subtract, we get 10, and then we bring down the 9, we get 109, and we do the process over again. All right? And so, like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but and if you need more time, pause the video and take a look at it. All right, and so what we get is when we take 23,498 divided by 32, all right, we get 734 and 10/32 because there's your remainder. So 23,498 divided by 32 is 734 and 5/16. All right, so let's take a look at how we're going to deal with polynomials. And so if you remember our example from before, 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus 7 divided by x squared plus 5, we're going to write it just like how we wrote division in elementary school. And notice here, however, okay, that we have a 0x. We have to fill in all of the exponents. So x squared, x to the first, x to the 0. X cubed, x squared, x to the 0. All right, so things are going to work out nicely like that. Now, the only thing that matters when we're doing this, remember what we were looking at. So what's going to matter here is this, and we're always going to compare it to the first term in line. Now, so what we have to think about is x squared times what equals, that's a fancy question mark there, 5x cubed. Well, hopefully it makes sense to you that that question mark is 5x. So we're going to put 5x, and I like to put it here. Some people like to put it above the x. It doesn't matter. But now what are we going to do with this? If you remember, we take this 7 times 32. Well, the same thing is going to happen here. We're going to take 5x times all of these items out here. So we get 5x cubed plus 0x squared plus 25. Now, if you remember, what we did was we subtracted, right? We subtracted this 22. But if we're going to subtract, we have to subtract the entire expression. And so we're going to subtract, and subtract. We're going to subtract everything here. And so what happens always is that the first one is gone, and so then we subtract. We get minus 2x squared, and then minus 24x. And if you remember, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this term down, and then minus 7. Right, so now all that matters is the first term here and the first term there. Right, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at how often does x squared go into negative 2x squared. So x squared times what? We saw this fancy question mark equals negative 2x squared. So hopefully it makes sense to you. That's negative 2. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put negative 2 up above here. And you'll notice that we're going to multiply negative 2 times all of this over here. So we get negative 2x squared plus 0x this time minus 10. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to subtract all those. Subtract, subtract, and it changes the sign so that now those are gone, and what we get is we get negative 24x plus 3. Okay, well now what you'll notice is that this is smaller than x squared. It's now smaller, so that now becomes the remainder. That now becomes the remainder. And so our final answer here, okay, the answer to this here is 5x minus 2 plus negative 24x plus 3 over x squared plus 5. Now, with the last example, we just made it a fraction, but when we have polynomials, we tend, we still made a fraction, but we tend to put plus inside there. All right. Hey guys, I thank you for watching. I know this is probably a quick trip through polynomial division, but I hope it kind of makes sense to you. If you need to, pause the video, take a look at some things, rewind it, or ask questions in class. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you then.